Hello students, myself Anmol Jain, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering from ABES Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today we are going to discuss the concepts of formal grammar, their applications, BNF notations and the ambiguity. So, we start from the formal grammar. So, as we know that the meaning of the grammar, as we learn into the language English or Hindi, everywhere there is a grammar. So, grammar is basically used for the rules. Grammar defines the rules or which validates whether the sentence is a correct or not with the help of these rules. Similarly, we have the grammar in computer programmings that validates the productions or that validate the sentences of a programming language. So, in computer science or in computer programming language, a grammar is a set of rules which validates the correctness of the sentences of a language. So, a grammar is defined in automata as a 4 tuples, that is, first is non-terminal, which are also known as the variables. Second is terminal symbols, which are known as the token in compiler design, and third is production rules, which are written like this: non-terminal followed by a string of terminal and non-terminal and the starting symbol. So, the grammar is defined by these 4 tuples. Now, we come to the context free grammar. Basically, there may be number of type of grammars, but for compiler design or for the syntactic structure of the programming language, we use the context free grammar. Context free grammar is used to define the syntactic structure of a programming language. It contains a set of rules that are called as the production rules. When I call them the syntactic structure, so the syntactic structure means suppose in English language I write that I am going followed by the full stop. So, this is the syntax that first we write the pronoun, then we write the helping verb, then we write the verb followed by ing, and at last we terminate the sentence by the dot sign, that is known as the full stop. Similarly, we have the syntactic structure of the programming language. In programming language, suppose I write a sentence int a comma b comma c, then semicolon. So, this is the syntax to declare the variables. This is the syntax to declare the variables. That means, first we define the variable type, what is the data type, then the variable names separated by comma, variable name separated by comma, and so on, and it should be terminated by the semicolon. So, this is the syntactic structure. If we will not define the structure like this, then there will be an error. So, context free grammar is basically used to check the syntax of a programming language. So, there may be the different language constructs like algebraic expressions may be there may be the if else statements, there are for loop, there is while loop, there is array representation. So, if we want to develop a programming language, if we want to develop a compiler for a programming language, then we should be able to write the grammar for the algebraic expression, grammar for the if else statement, grammar for the for loop, while loop, and array representation, and so on. So, for example, I take an example of the algebraic grammar, that is my grammar, that is the E drives E plus E, E minus E, E multiplied by E, E divided by E, parenthesis of E, and the identifier. And suppose I want to check that the sentence ID plus ID into ID is a correct sentence or not. So, how we can check the correctness of a sentence? If this sentence can be derived with the help of this grammar, then we can say that this sentence is a valid sentence or a correct sentence. So, how we can derive the sentence with the help of the grammar? So, we always start with the starting symbol E, that is the E drive E plus E. In the next we replace capital E with the next production rule, that is the E drives E. In the next production we use E drives ID as a production and replace this E with ID. In the next sentence this E is replaced by again ID, and in last sentence E is replaced by ID. So, what we see here, that the sentence can be derived with the help of this grammar. If a sentence which can be derived with the help of the grammar, then we call it as a valid sentence. But at the same time, suppose I give an input like this, that is a ID plus plus ID into ID. So, this ID plus plus ID into ID, this sentence cannot be derived with the help of this grammar. This sentence cannot be derived with the help of this grammar, because there are continuous 2 plus sign. So, this cannot be derived in any case. So, this sentence is called as the invalid sentence. So, this cannot be derived by the grammar, right. So, the job of the grammar is to validate the correctness of the sentence or to find out the error of the sentence. That means, the sentence is correct or not. Next example, suppose I take an example, the if else grammar. The if else grammar is if expression then statement, or if expression then statement else statement. And suppose I have to derive the sentence, if A is less than B, then printf yes, else printf no. So, how I can derive this sentence with the help of this grammar? So, I start with the starting symbol if expression, then statement, else statement. So, in the first step I replace if expression को replace करता हूँ मैं किससे, A is less than B. So, if A is less than B, then statement, else statement. In the next step I write if A is less than B, and then I replace this statement with a printf yes, then printf yes, and the next statement I write if A is less than B, then printf yes, else statement is no. That means, I can derive this statement with the help of this grammar. If I can derive this statement or this sentence with the help of this grammar, that means, this sentence is a valid sentence. Thus, context free grammar has a different notation which we can represent in different way, that is known as the BNF notation. This BNF is known as the Backus and Knorr form. So, this is a simple representation of the context free grammar. Context free grammar is generally used with the syntax analyzer in compiler. So, how we can write this context free grammar in the form of Backus and Knorr form. So, the simple rule is, we have the terminals as we have in the context free grammar, we have the non terminals as we have in the context free grammar, but in this case or in the representation of Backus and Knorr form, non-terminals are represented within the angular brackets like expression. Suppose this is a non-terminal. So, these are written within the angular brackets. Production rules use the symbol double colon followed by equals to sign, and its meaning is defined as, but in context free grammar we use a arrow sign. So, this is the difference between the representation of BNF or a simple context free grammar. Next, if there is a grammar, then there is maybe a problem of the ambiguity. Ambiguity means confusion. I write ambiguity means ambiguity leads confusion. Confusion means there may be more than one way to drive the same sentence with the same grammar. So, how the computer will find the correct path? So, ambiguity is a undesirable situation. Nobody likes the ambiguity in life also is undesirable. So, how we can check whether this grammar is ambiguous or not unambiguous? So, there is no straightforward algorithm that by which we can calculate or compute whether this grammar is ambiguous or not, but there is a method by which we can try to find out the grammar will be ambiguous or unambiguous. So, grammar is said to be ambiguous if it can produce more than one, I repeat, if can produce more than one either the leftmost derivation or more than one rightmost derivation. Now, the terms come, the left, what is the meaning of the leftmost derivation and what is the meaning of the rightmost derivation. So, in leftmost derivation, what we replace in leftmost derivation, we replace the leftmost non-terminal with a suitable production starting with the start symbol. For example, we are having a grammar E drives, E plus E, E star E and ID, and we have to derive the string ID plus ID into ID, but the constraint is that I have to use leftmost derivation. Leftmost derivation says that I start with the starting symbol E and I can pick either of the production rule, that is the E drive E plus E star E. So, my objective is to reach this sentence, that is the ID plus ID into ID. So, what I do or what the leftmost derivation says, that replace the leftmost. So, which is the leftmost non-terminal in this production? So, this is the leftmost non-terminal of this production. So, I will replace this E with a suitable production, either of these. इनमें से किसी से भी मैं replace कर सकता हूँ. So, in this case what I have used, that I have used the production that is a E drive E plus E. I have replaced this E plus E. In the next term, now this is the leftmost derivation. This is the leftmost non-terminal. अब मुझे जब भी replace करना है, वो मुझे कौन सा non-terminal replace करना है? Always the leftmost. So again I can replace this E with either of these. इनमें से किसी एक को भी मैं replace कर सकता हूँ. But my objective is that I have to reach this sentence. So I replace this E with E drives ID production. I replace this E with ID plus E multiplied by E. Now in this derivation step, which is the leftmost? Now this is the leftmost. Again I can replace this E with either of these. Again I repeat that my objective is to reach this statement or this sentence. So I replace this E with ID. So ID plus ID into E. Now only there is one non-terminal which is remaining. So again my objective is to reach the objective sentence, that is ID plus ID into id. So, I replace this e with this id, right. So, what I see that I can derive the id plus id into id sentence. That means, this sentence can be derived with the help of this grammar. That means, this is a valid sentence. The productions which we use in between, starting from the starting symbol to reach up to the final sentence, these sentences are called the handles. Similarly, the next is the rightmost derivation. So, if I compare with the leftmost derivation to the rightmost derivation, so in leftmost derivation I replace the leftmost non-terminal, but in the rightmost derivation I replace the rightmost non-terminal. Rightmost non-terminal means, suppose I am having the same grammar again, that is the e drive e plus e, e multiply e, and e drives id, and the given string is id plus id multiplied by id. So, my objective is, again by using this grammar I have to reach this sentence, but the condition is that I will use this time the rightmost non-terminal. The same story is with the rightmost derivation is that I will try to replace the rightmost non-terminal. So, this e can be derived e star e. Now, this is the rightmost e, change this e with id. Now, this is the rightmost, change this with id. Now, this is the rightmost, and id plus id into id. So, every time at every step I repeat I select the rightmost non-terminal to replace with either of these प्रोडक्शन. इनमें से किसी भी प्रोडक्शन से मैं रिप्लेस कर सकता हूँ, बट मेरा ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या रहेगा हमेशा, दैट आई हैव टू रीच द आई डी प्लस आई डी इंटू आई डी. दैट मीन्स जो मेरा रिक्वायर्ड सेंटेंस है वो मेरे माइंड में होना चाहिए, और उस सेंटेंस को लाने के लिए मुझे कौन सा प्रोडक्शन यूज़ करना है ये मुझे देखना पड़ता है. सो वी हैव द राइट मोस्ट डेरिवेशन एंड द लेफ्ट मोस्ट डेरिवेशन. As we have seen that a grammar is called ambiguous if we can have more than one leftmost derivation or the rightmost derivation, right. So, we have understand the concept of the leftmost derivation, we have understand the concept of the rightmost derivation. Now, we will see how we can find whether a grammar is ambiguous or not. Condition is that we are having the grammar, suppose e drive e plus e, e into e, e drives id, and I want to drive the string id plus id into id, right. So, my objective is to check the ambiguity of the grammar. To check the ambiguity of the grammar, I should be able to decide, I should be able to define that any string which can have either two leftmost derivation, that is the LMD1 and LMD2, और टू राइट मोस्ट डेरिवेशन, इनमें से कोई एक भी कंडीशन फुलफिल हो जाती है, देन आई कैन से दैट दिस ग्रामर इज एम्बिग्यूअस. सो लेट्स ट्राई और चेक दैट ग्रामर इज ई ड्राइव ई प्लस ई इंटू ई and desired string is id plus id into id. So, I start this production e drives e star e. I try to write the LMD, that is the leftmost derivation, starting with the production e drive e star e. So, I replace the leftmost derivation, again the leftmost derivation, the leftmost. That means, I can reach to the sentence, that is id plus id into id. But in the second case, what I did, that I start with the production e drive e plus e, while here I start production with e drive e star e, right. So, again I put the leftmost derivation and I replace e with id, then next e with e star e, then the leftmost id, then the leftmost id. Again I can reach to the same sentence. I started with e star e and again e starting with e plus e, but I could reach in both way with the same sentence, that id plus id into id. So, this is not acceptable by the computer, that we can reach to the same sentence by two different path. This is not acceptable. So, this condition is known as the ambiguity. This is called as the ambiguity, which is not a desirable. Ambiguity is undesirable situation for the grammar. So, there should be certain rule by which we can restrict to our grammar that it should not follow two path for the same sentence. So, there is some concept or some constraint which we can put on our grammar that will restrict that we cannot follow these two path for the same sentence. So, we should eliminate the ambiguity. So, how we can eliminate the ambiguity? So, elimination of the ambiguity can be done by two ways. Number one, we can decide or define the concept of the precedence level of the arithmetic operators. For example, this star is having higher precedence over the plus sign. Suppose I decide this is my grammar and I decide my this arithmetic operation, that is a star, is having multiplication, is having higher precedence over the arithmetic operator plus, right. So, suppose I decide that higher precedence will be plus, higher precedence means plus. Suppose I derive the past tree of this E drive E star E star E, then E drives ID E drives plus E, then ID, then ID. So, here we see that the precedence of plus is higher. So, what we have discussed today, that starting from the lecture, we discussed the definition of the formal grammar, which is the set of rules which validates the correctness, and at the same time it also decide the error. If it is not acceptable, then it also decide the error. And the grammar is of 4 tuples, that is the variable, terminals, production rule and starting symbol. Context free grammar, basically this is used for the syntactic structure. We can decide the syntax of the programming language. Syntax of the programming language of different language constructs are algebraic expressions, if else statement, for loop, while loop, array representation. So, we have to write the grammar for each algebraic for each language constructs. Next, we took the example of the algebraic grammar. We take a grammar of the E drive E plus E, this is a standard grammar, and we try to find out that how we can derive the sentence with the help of grammar by using the derivation of sentences. Then we can also find whether the grammar is accepting your sentence or not. If such type of mistakes are there, that is plus sign is there, which cannot be derived with your grammar, then that is called the invalid sentence. Similarly, we look the concept of the if else grammar. Next, we discussed that how the context free grammar can be represented in another way, that is the Backus and NOR form. Then we come to the concept of the ambiguity and decide that we should not allow any grammar which is having the problem of the ambiguity, because ambiguity is undesirable at any cost. Undesirable means because the computer cannot understand the two ways that how they can derive the same sentence in two different manners. So, it should be eliminated at any cost, and there is no certain algorithm to decide the ambiguity. So, this can be checked by the leftmost derivation and the rightmost derivation, and we decide that if there are more than one leftmost derivation or rightmost derivation for any sentence और a single sentence भी ऐसा है जिसके आप दो leftmost derivation या दो rightmost derivation ड्राइव कर सकते हो, that grammar will be called as the ambiguous grammar, and that should be removed. So, elimination of the ambiguity can be removed by proceeding or by applying certain rules. Number 1, the precedence level of the operators, or by defining the associative of the arithmetic operators. So, precedence level means we restrict our grammar that multiplication is having higher precedence over the plus sign. So, we cannot start our derivation with E drive E star E. We always start production with the E plus E. Second elimination for the ambiguity is we can also decide the concept of the associativity. Associativity means that suppose we are having A minus B minus C, then we always try to find out the A minus B. This is called as the left associative. So, this also restrict the ambiguity in certain cases, but here we can conclude this lecture for the grammars and its ambiguity. Thank you. So, if you want or if you have any doubt regarding this concept of the grammar or ambiguity, you can reach to me at the email ID anmol.jain@abes.ac.in. Thank you.